What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Imagine hanging out with your friends, live streaming to thousands of people when a random stranger comes up to you and threatens you and your entire group of friends. Well, that's exactly what happened to these streamers last night. Here's a clip right here. It was in the middle of the Sysathon, okay? A stream that was with Cenat right here on the right. You have Valkyrie right there kind of in the middle. And then you have Imru who appeared and it looks like they're kind of like walking out in the park right now.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh God.
Oh God, yes, that is. Can I sing for a change? A change for the better, as you would say.
Okay.
And the change would be for her number.
Oh.
If you'd like it, can I get your number?
I don't have a phone.
Okay, so already a little bit weird because the guy that you see on the bottom left had already appeared on their stream in a prior point of the time of the day in different clothes. So to see the exact same guy pop up the same day means that he's stream sniping them, aka following where they are on stream so that they can find them in real life.
Oh, wait, put your number in mine.
I don't know how to use a phone. I'm sorry.
Wait, so I'm gonna keep following her.
Huh?
I'm gonna keep following her.
Not another one. I know. You're gonna have to get in line. There's too many stalkers.
That's not how you really riz.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's not the riz.
Get behind me. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay. So, you know, obviously Valkyrie doing a good job at kind of like turning it into like a little bit of a humor situation. Imru saying that she does not use a phone. Okay. But jokes aside, okay, they don't know who this person is. And for them to appear multiple times and then also state, yes, I'm going to start following you now. That's absolutely terrifying.
Kendrick,
Are we getting churros?
Kendrick, add it into the list.
Thanks for coming in, lady.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow and take care.
Wait, can we get churros or no? Yes, right here. Oh.
You can also get them from the vendors.
Ooh, it might be better for with the vendors. I didn't see any churro vendors though. Did you?
There is one.
Yeah. Do you
So it looks fine so far. Okay, we're almost halfway through, and it looks like maybe the guy might have disappeared. They went to go get some churros. Bad joke. Okay, fine. Said some weird stuff. Still not appropriate. Okay, so what more could have happened from here?
some sunglasses? You like these? Incognito time. Stand behind me. I don't like. I'm gonna keep following her.
Yeah. Like,
Where's your little Glock? I mean the lighter.
I'll beat him if I have to.
Forgot we're in public.
No, I'll beat him.
I mean,
What's good?
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh no, we're not.
Hey, excuse me? No! Security? Emily, no. Hey, stop! Whoa.
Let's fucking fight right now.
What?
Right.
Get away from
now.
Hey, what's going on?
security! He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Right now. Kill you right now.
Fuck off.
Oh my God! He just said, "I'll kill you right now."
Kill you right now.
Security, please. Security! There's somebody threatening to kill us. Him. Security, there's a guy. Can you let us inside?
Holy effing hell! That is absolutely terrifying. Streamers that I mentioned, they're safe, okay? Valkyrie, Imru, and Cenat. However, they did have to end the Sysathon. Sysathon was like a kind of like a, you know, a stream that does not end for a very long time. Usually it goes on for like a month or so. After they shut down the stream, Cenat and the rest of the girls did respond on Twitter with Cenat saying, "Hey everyone, we are safe. Unfortunately, we have to end the marathon and need time to process what happened as we are in shock at the moment. Thank you for all the love and support on the marathon. We love you all." Valkyrie said, "We are all okay and have been with police. We decided we are done with with the marathon and need time to process. Thank you all for the love and support the past week. We had so much fun and hope you all enjoyed. That end of the marathon brunch stream we had planned tomorrow with friends will be rescheduled for sometime in the far future. Please send love to Amaru, Cenat, Rosie, and Emily. Everybody is in shock, but I'm so glad we're together. As for the rest of the internet, you guys can imagine how enraged everyone is. This post over here is saying that this POS scumbag who attacked Cenat, Valkyrie, Amaru, Emily, and Rosie is the same guy they took a photo with earlier and changed his clothes later. What a damn loser. So yeah, that's the story in a nutshell. Okay, let me be very clear, right? This piece of shit person who came up there and tried to threaten their lives and kept stalking their stream. Okay, I hope that he goes to jail and an example is used by him, because that stuff is not funny. It's interesting because that specific guy kind of looked like he was kind of doing it for the content, almost very aware of the fact that he's on camera. But there's a lot of men who do this without the camera or the content. They are just like this in their natural habitat. Number two, what I think is also important to recognize is the reason why he had this crash out in the first place was because he just got denied their phone number, right? Imagine saying, hey, no, I don't want your phone number, and the person stalks you and later on says, hey, let me come kill you. Number three, another point that was kind of floating online. It looks like there was overwhelming like support for the ladies for this situation, but there was a couple of people saying like, why aren't they like hiring security? Well, hey, surprise, yo. This is just a passive, again, with being a woman. They just happen to be women who are popular, who are streaming it on camera. And imagine that this guy is bold enough to do this while also being shown, right? That's the scary part. This dude literally threatened their lives and stalked them while having his face on camera. So imagine what guys would do without that kind of attention or without that kind of publicity. It's absolutely scary. You can't expect women to just go around hiring security everywhere, because that's exactly what they would need. Surprise, surprise. That's why some women just get boyfriends, because it provides them security from men like that. Anyway, screw that guy. I hope the worst for that guy. I hope that guy gets caught. I hope he gets charged. And yeah, I hope the worst happens to him so this doesn't set an example for this to continue to happen with other women and other streams. Let's switch to a more lighter content. Okay, you guys asked me to talk about this. Cenat, the biggest Twitch streamer I believe there is. Okay, he basically has started an argument talking about one of the biggest YouTubers that ever was, Pewdiepie, and apparently he said this.
This may be an L take, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie. I'm sorry.
Nah, I agree. I feel like I didn't watch him. When I looked into him,
I'll be honest. That might be an L take though. You feel me?
It be like that sometimes, but everybody's not for everybody, because some niggas might say that about you.
Not facts.
It be like that.
Not for me personally though. I don't know.
Yeah. So, bing, bom, boom, bom, bom. When you have to start off a statement by saying this is maybe an L take, you're probably about to ditch the L take, okay? But yeah, Cenat being one of the biggest Twitch streamers, kind of throwing a little bit of shade at Pewdiepie being one of the big YouTubers is kind of wild. Almost as like it's got a setup. Like, do you got Pewdiepie in the back? Is he about to pop out and say, hey guys, and bro fist? Because otherwise, like... For many of you guys who might not know, Pewdiepie is one of the biggest YouTubers who ever done it, second to like MrBeast, when it comes to like individual YouTubers kind of just making their own content. Currently right now, I believe he's in his family arc, New Game Plus. Okay, he's completed all the things he wants to do in life, and now he's just making videos and vlogs about basically having a family and having a dog and exploring hobbies and reading and drawing anime. Like, that's literally his content on his channel. But prior to that, he's done every single thing that you can think of in terms of YouTubers in the past decade, like create music videos or let's plays or vlogs, or literally fell into every single trend. Man kept growing and growing and growing to the point where he actually literally just stopped. He was just like, okay, I don't think I really feel like chasing the whole YouTube game anymore. And I guess if he wanted to, he could probably still be as big as somebody like MrBeast, but he said, you know what? Nah, I don't think I will anymore. Speaking of MrBeast, in the comment section, he said, L take, he fundamentally shaped YouTube culture. I missed meme review and loved watching play random games while I ate dinner every night. Poods is a goat. Atozi's up here saying, nah, Pewdiepie will forever be one of the greats. Another person saying, L take, everyone disliked that. The majority of the comments basically stirring up the discussion of why they like Pewdiepie, essentially. But I think Kai needs to also remember that there's a lot of people who look at his content and people are like, why do people even mess with Kai? What's the whole point of that? I think the guy that's on his stream basically said it best. Different strokes for different folks. It just so happens that Pewdiepie had a lot of strokes for a lot of folks. Pause. So yeah, of course his content was meant for certain people. Just probably not for you. And quickly, while we're on the topic of MrBeast, okay, since he appeared in the comments, okay, there was also a debacle that he got into this weekend with Kotaku. That's right, the online gaming news site that nobody pays attention to anymore. It's one of the biggest crashes of a gaming, I would say, journalist website that I can think of, where at one point in time, everybody was kind of looking at their headlines and watching their stories, and then it went severely downhill simply because they just resorted to rage baiting the majority of their articles so that people would click on their website. An example of this starts here, where if you can kind of look in the inside first, it says here, MrBeast, life is so much easier when you're broke. It was a post that was made by Kotaku as February 20th, and it garnered so many impressions and quote retweets where everyone was basically like, this stupid rich boy MrBeast is out here saying that life is easier when you're broke. You got this guy right here saying F you N-word and more, okay? The amount of hate that he got just from this tweet was astronomical. However, it seems like it was an absolute rage bait and misquote on Kotaku's behalf, and it allowed MrBeast to actually have to come up here and respond. A news site lied and said, life is so much easier when you're broke, which I didn't say. Now I'm waking up to millions of people believing the lie and hating me. Being famous is so much fun. Thumbs up emoji. He then posts the actual clip that says, here's what I actually said. Such a shame that only a small percent of the people that saw the slanderous article will see this. Sigh.
Really killing me, to be honest. It's like so much easier when you're, bro, if you don't travel.
So he basically didn't say like it's so much easier when you're broke. He said it's so much easier when you're like, pause, bro, if you don't travel, okay? Didn't even mention the word broke. And that's the word that Kotaku used in the highlight of his article. And the tweet stayed up. It did take a while, but Kotaku did eventually get community noted by Twitter saying MrBeast did not say life is so much easier when you're broke. More precisely, he said it's like so much easier when you're bro if you don't travel constantly life. So it took actual Twitter to kind of basically give the community note to tell that, hey, Kotaku here is basically rage baiting in line. For reference, okay, it was literally 420,000 likes on this one tweet out of like thousands where people were dunking and hating MrBeast more and more, showing this clip here of Parasite out of context. If you guys don't know the movie Parasite, you have to watch Parasite, one of the top 10 goats of movies of all time when it comes to Korean film. And it looks like after all of the hate brigade going towards Kotaku, they have finally deleted the tweet, but the damage has been done. Okay, MrBeast has basically said here that, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna see that clip or see that article, and they're gonna make their judgments and their answers, and they're never gonna see anything ever again. I've been saying to you guys at home, when it comes to all of this information that's happening right now, we are in the age of disinformation, of people coming out here and lying to you and you just not knowing it, and you're just going to accept it for the truth because that's the information that was presented to you, and then that's it. If there's corrections or if there's any information that's more to get up there, it might not be put in your face, and then you'll be operating under a false pretense. Last but not least, when it comes to the world of online streamers and personalities and content creators, we have to talk about Amouranth, okay? One of the biggest OnlyFans girls who ever done it on Twitch and Kick and Rumble. Apparently she's now going into the political pipeline, and she's making comments that people do not like. I'll play the clip first for you guys, and then we can examine it from there. For context, the girl on the left, Amouranth, is reacting to a video by Asmongold, okay, another content creator we've talked to here plenty of times, who seems to be reacting to a video when it comes to people talking about the LA fires. And yeah, we'll take it from there. That's the context. What exactly did she say that made so many people so angry?
And you could 9 times out of 10 figure out exactly why they're saying what they're saying.
Give the crazies to all of California. It's already land of fruits and nuts. Yeah, we can give them California. I'm fine with that. They can live in LA.
The two fires charred more than 37,000
right there.
acres.
They can all live. That's like a lovely community.
Structures and cost 29 people their lives.
Too bad it didn't cost the right people their lives.
Amouranth then responded on the internet and said, hey, I guess I'm not allowed to question the behavior of activists who threaten to incite violence against their own community without being accused of hating the group affiliation they happen to belong to. But then again, I also don't assume the actions of a specific view are indicative of the whole, but thanks for making me trend, exclamation mark. You have people in the comments saying, I knew I was goated for hating you, keep up the good grift. I just saying nobody S with you anymore, female Asmongold, go back to owning multiple gas stations, failed content creator to right-wing grifter pipeline remains undefeated. Girl, you said you wish they died in fires, but they're the ones inciting violence? Question mark? Okay, good luck pandering to an audience that hates women like you and your line of work. Salty DK Dan saying, hey, instead of just saying F you like everyone else already has, I'm just going to say that this is genuinely such a massive disappointment. I hope you find your way out of this hateful spiral, because all that awaits you at the bottom is nothingness and regret. Wish you luck. Someone else basically showed how she basically lost all relevancy when it comes to Twitch, and caption when she quote retweeted inside, "If I ever put fries in the bag, it'll be a publicity stunt because I own all of the McDonald's in my city," but go off. Okay, Amouranth is very rich. She has shown that she has made a lot of money from OnlyFans, and she's taken that money and I guess she's invested in gas stations, and now she's saying she owns the McDonald's in her city as well. Which then sparks this freaking post right here by iDubbbz. Okay, if you guys don't know iDubbbz, also a really popular OG YouTube streamer who's also in charge of a Creator Clash. Creator Clash being a boxing event where you have content creators fight each other, and they box, him suggesting that he's going to have Amouranth as one of the headlines to come up here and fight other women who are also in the same field or close to by proxy, because yeah, all of these women are basically in her comments saying that they do want to fight her for being a POS. Anyway, that's the long and short of it when it comes to the situation with Amouranth. She's been using this situation to promote her OnlyFans, and then apparently there was some other news where maybe she was being robbed at gunpoint. I don't know what the hell is going on here on these streets. These people are being really weird. But yeah, she had shot the person. They were trying to steal her crypto. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but I'll let that story develop because that's kind of separate from what's going on here. But yeah, that's Amouranth. Donald Trump, JD Vance, and the president of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, got into a fight in the White House. In case you guys didn't know, on February 28th, 2025, a highly anticipated meeting took place at the White House between U.S. President Donald Trump, Vice President JD Vance, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The primary agenda was basically to discuss a potential agreement granting the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals, alongside broader discussions on ending the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Initially, the meeting began cordially, but soon devolved into a very strong and contentious exchange. Vice President Vance reprimanded Zelenskyy for not fully embracing diplomatic efforts with Russia, labeling his approach as antagonistic. President Trump agreed, criticizing Zelenskyy for perceived ingratitude towards U.S. support and pressing for concessions to Russia to expedite peace. The tensions only further escalated when Trump demanded that Ukraine offer natural resource rights to the U.S. in exchange for continued aid, asserting that America should recoup its investment in Ukraine's war effort. Zelenskyy resisted, expressing distrust in Russia's commitment to any agreement without concrete security guarantees. The confrontation then turned into a very strong, heated argument, leading to the abrupt termination of the meeting without any agreements being reached, and Zelenskyy being kicked out of the White House.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
Zelenskyy is essentially saying, hey, look, Russia invaded us, okay? And then we tried to sign a ceasefire deal, and then Russia attacked us again, okay? So when you're coming at me and you're talking about diplomacy, okay, you're not giving me any kind of like guarantees when it comes to security against these guys who invaded us. what type of negotiations are you trying to create here? This then started the tension between the three of them, where I believe Vance puts this off and says that he needs to be thankful and have gratitude for the fact that he was getting all of this support from America in the first place.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Vance responds and says, "Hey man, you're being disrespectful. Bro, okay, we ain't need to give you no foreign aid in the freaking first place. We gave you hundreds of billions of dollars in U.S. aid when it comes to this war between Russia and Ukraine. And now you're here talking about you don't like our diplomacy, okay, well, you should be in here saying thank you."
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
This is wild, by the way, guys, chat, to have the president of the United States and the president of Ukraine bickering back and forth in the way they are. Okay, Trump saying you don't have the cards, you're not in the position, you're playing with World War III, and Zelenskyy saying like, hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm not playing any cards. I'm just trying to protect my people. I'm just trying to get the best deal for my people, and I'm trying to get security assurances if I'm going to be giving these rare minerals over to you guys.
This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
if
you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
So it sucks, right? Because this is what happens, actually, what I've noticed when it comes to debates with Trump, okay, is that he just ends up over talking or bullying people by using verbiage, and then just literally it doesn't become a back and forth conversation, usually two intellectual people having exchanging of information to reaching an understanding negotiation. Usually it's him bullying him with saying the same points over and over again. Clearly, Trump is saying that you need to be thankful because we have given you at least $300 billion in aid ever since this war. And you're here, coming here, being entitled and being rude to the people who have provided you this much aid. Zelenskyy still saying like, hey, we have been alone in it and you guys invited me to the White House. Okay, you guys invited me here. You guys provided us with the aid as well. He's trying not to just sit here and say, thank you, give me some crumbs, please. But, you know, basically put himself in a situation where this negotiations deal puts Ukraine even further behind.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of
except
times
that there,
thank you
except
to
that,
American people.
except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that
what
wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
He's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
Okay, so Trump's saying like, look, you don't need any guarantees because I'm Trump. Okay, and Putin respects Trump. So Russia didn't respect Obama. Russia didn't respect Biden. You know, they continue to go back on these ceasefires. But now that Trump's in office, apparently, you know, Russia is going to get in line and do what they need to do in order to stop this war, is what Trump is saying. I thought it'd actually be nice for you guys to get the take of somebody who's actually Ukrainian. This person named Mark Kaplan is basically explaining why is Zelenskyy refusing the ceasefire. For those of you guys who are just trying to figure out, why isn't he just saying okay, and then the ceasefire happens and then the war just ends magically, right?
Why is Zelenskyy refusing a ceasefire? If it means that his people will stop dying immediately and this will eventually lead to peace. Well, the answer to this is very simple, and that's the reason why Donald Trump and JD Vance were so pissed when Zelenskyy said it in the White House. You see, the simple ceasefire means that the sides just stop attacking each other, but if one side can afford breaking this ceasefire without consequences, there are high chances it will happen. If a criminal robbing a bank knows that he won't go to prison, he might want to rob another bank next time. And that's precisely what Russia has been doing all the time. It had violated ceasefires 25 times and had 2 peace deals with Ukraine, which it had broken almost immediately. In this analogy, Russia is more of a serial killer which gets a warning ticket each time it gets caught. And that's why Zelenskyy is asking for security guarantees, such as NATO or any other meaningful alternative which will prevent Russia from breaking a ceasefire. But there is another very important component to this. It's not only about war, it is also economy. If everyone knows that Russia can launch another full-scale invasion, or if it can just harass Ukraine with drone strikes anytime, nobody will be willing to invest in Ukraine. Nobody will build a factory, an office, a ski resort in a place which can be bombed and occupied any second. This would essentially lead to economic disaster and a depressive weakening of a state, which will be then much more easy to invade in a couple of years. And that's what Russia actually wants.
So that's the answer as to why he doesn't just sign the deal, because if Russia has been going past these ceasefires and continues to invade and continues to bomb and continues to do what they've been doing for the past, I can't believe this war has been so long, then it kind of just works out in their favor. Wrapping this up, this leads to the present, where Elon Musk has basically communicated and said that, yeah, the United States should depart from NATO. If you don't know what what NATO is or the implications of Elon Musk saying that we shouldn't be a part of it anymore. NATO is a military alliance. It was formed in 1949. It's comprised of 13 North American and European countries, and its primary aim is to guarantee the freedom and security of its members through political and military means. Politically, NATO promotes democratic values and facilitates consultation and cooperation on defense and security-related issues to build trust and prevent conflict. Militarily, however, it is committed to the peaceful resolution of disputes, but has the capacity to undertake crisis management operations if diplomatic efforts fail. The United States has played a very strong role when it comes to NATO's formation and has been a very dominant force within the alliance, significantly outspanning other allies on defense. So what exactly are the implications of the US withdrawing from NATO? Number one would be European security. Okay, European allies rely heavily on US military capabilities for defense against potential threats, particularly from adversaries like Russia. Without US support, Europe would need to significantly bolster its own defense mechanisms. Then there's alliance cohesion. The US serves as a unifying force within NATO. Its absence could lead to fragmentation, okay, which reduces the alliance's effectiveness and collective defense and crisis management. Basically, losing out your biggest power player will completely make NATO kind of turn on its head. NATO's strength has also been counterbalanced to other global powers, okay? A diminished NATO could embolden adversarial actions, destabilizing international security. Critics are arguing that the US shoulders too much of the share of NATO's military expenses, basically questioning the fairness and sustainability of the arrangement. Some also view NATO as a relic of the old Cold War, suggesting that its original purpose has diminished and that the alliance may longer serve current US strategic interests. And lastly, there's this growing sentiment that basically favors American first approach, advocating for reduced involvement in international alliances to prioritize domestic issues. So that's the politics updates in a nutshell. Okay, NATO has stood with Ukraine when it comes to trying to create this ceasefire, and Trump has kind of backed off when it comes to his support with Ukraine, people feeling like maybe that he's supporting Russia more and more as time goes by. And yeah, Elon Musk still out here basically, you know, speaking for the people of the United States. Just still, the owner of Tesla is still just out here quite literally giving his opinions and his thoughts in terms of how the country should be ran. I'll let you guys know if there's any updates. There was the whole Epstein files thing, by the way, that we talked about last week. I just want to let you guys know that that was a hoax. Okay, it was just straight up. They released the Epstein files in phases, and they gave it to like certain people. I think it was mainly like right-leaning people, and gave them like this folder. Then it's like, hey, we've got the files, and we're going to release it. Kind of like they were releasing like a Netflix show. And it was basically kind of like similar things we had already seen. A lot of the information was already redacted. A lot of the names were names that we've already seen in the past, and apparently the names that we had seen that were also redacted were just based on like who was like flight info. Okay, so it still didn't give us the details, and the FBI is still not actually giving people full disclosure of what's happening with the Epstein files. Okay, it was a complete shit show, and people are really upset with how the FBI and the White House handled the releasing of these documents that need to be coming out. Because again, it's just the same situation where it's like, we got the files, here they are, it's a nothing burger, we're actually not showing you everything, and then it goes back and then people forget, and it's a ever ongoing cycle where we're never really going to actually see the Epstein files, and if we do, the question is how altered will it be and how many names are getting redacted? But all right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Go ahead and brush your teeth, don't get halitosis. And if you missed out on prior news, click on the link below in the description. Okay, it'll take you to, you know, the yesterday's news where you can catch up on some more stuff in case you guys didn't know. I'll keep you guys posted. I love you guys. You guys take it easy. Peace.